Welcome back to Irwindale, everyone. We're here for the second round at this track. This is the second to last race of the year. We're going to have a doubleheader at Langley next week to finish off the season. Correction, we have two races to go. I forgot Lanier. So we're getting down towards the end of the season. Let's just go with that one. And this is our second round at Irwindale Speedway. Last week you saw us on the inside track. Should be a bit different racing out here. I'm Street Stalker along with Tungsten Mathers up here in the booth. So Tungsten, bigger track, more liney track. Looks like we're going to see some different racing, eh?
Like you say, it's more liney, more about strategy, and it's easier to counter things as well. So if someone gets by you, you might see some people cutting back underneath and that sort of thing.
All right, so let's take a look at the lineup. Not as many cars this week, but it should still be exciting. Starting on the pole in the number 98, this is her home track from California. It's Layla Wilson. She's for Local Dog Racing for Redline Racing on the outside pole. Number 88, representing the Northwest, it's Anthony Guzman in the Mountain Dew machine. Back a row from there, starting third on the inside. Number 44 from New York for Local Dog Racing in the Net Zero machine, it's Michael Denton. Starting just outside of him, Long Joe all the way from England, I make that joke every week. In the number 99 for Redline Racing, it's Michi Rossini. And back a row from there, you're going to find the number 53 helps us out with our setups here, representing the Mid-South. It's Joey Williamson. And just outside of him, a series regular since our Second Life days, number 33 for Roadkill Racing, it's Bob Gage. Starting shotgun on the field, number 71, representing the Plains for Start and Bark Racing in the Pennzoil machine, it's Kevin Limberg, Mr. Excitement back there, looking to make it exciting from the back row. So just about ready to go green flag racing here. Looks like the pace car's already out of the way. Tungsten, this should be big.
Indeed, like you say, Kevin Limberg at the back, he didn't fare well here last week. So I think he'll be trying to make an impression. So let's see what he does after the first few laps.
They come up through the gears, down into turn one. Wilson leading them. Here comes the 44. That's Denton. He pushes all the way up to second, trying to get around Guzman there. Those two are first and second in points. Wilson way back there in like fifth, I do believe. Things getting tight up front already. Guzman working the outside, trying to come around Wilson there. And here comes Denton to the inside. They're all starting to single out. That top line is the fastest here. The graduated banking makes a big difference at this track. It's not Bristol. So this should be quite interesting here. As you see the 99, Rossini working the outside. He's trying to pull around that 53. That is for fourth. Joey Williamson holding the inside here. Here comes Mr. Excitement. Kevin Limberg up the middle. Don't know if he's going to actually make that move or not. As the 33, Bob Gage, chucks down to the inside. Takes a monster run there. Williamson's out of shape and around. He spins down. Good job keeping it off the wall there. Don't know if the race director is going to throw a caution. Looks like he may indeed, though. So Williamson gets himself back underway and rolling once again. Wilson still your leader. Guzman second. And it looks like that is yellow out. So that's going to lock everybody into position here as Williamson catches back up. A few drivers I saw dancing around out there probably welcome the opportunity to slow things down for a minute, kind of get their focus back. Of course, some drivers this sort of thing throws off, especially early in the race. 3 laps of 35 complete so far.
I think Rossini was suffering there. He fell back. I don't think he enjoyed being stuck as high as he was. So I think he may be one of the drivers welcoming this caution.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a lot of drivers have different ideas on what they want to do getting around here. As we go back to take a look at what happened to Williamson, see coming out of 2, Rossini running the top side. Williamson it kind of just rotated on him and started to go around. He almost had it saved, and it got way away from him there.
I think he may have got on the power a little bit too soon and got the back end loose.
Does a fantastic job of keeping it off the wall there, avoiding damage as we ride with Bob Gage. Whoa, he got in Limberg a little bit there before this all started. Yeah, I think you're right. You could see the back end dip down, the front end come up, meaning he was on the gas. Just a little bit too soon, but definitely great job keeping it out of the wall.
Once it starts swinging around like that, the weight behind these cars makes it so difficult to hold it straight.
It really does. So as we get ready to go green flag racing here again in about 2 laps. Wilson's your leader. Guzman sits second. Third is Mike Denton. Now, the little thing to touch on with those two, of course, is Denton is the points leader. Guzman is second in points. Those two very close at the moment. So that should that should be interesting to watch play out. Another interesting thing to touch on, driver in the lead right now, number 98, Wilson. She prefers the outside line, so she's stuck down there on the bottom. This could be a great advantage for Guzman. He wasn't able to take advantage of it first time, but on this restart he might very well. He's got his teammate, Rossini, up there behind him. Of course, those two on the inside line are also teammates, so this should be interesting as we get ready to go green. Guzman gets actually a pretty good jump there as they head down to the first corner. He held back just enough to get great momentum down the front straightaway. You see Denton there sitting in third. He's going to try and shake Rossini. He does indeed get in front of him as they head down the back chute. To turn 3 they go. Here comes Mr. Excitement, that number 71. He's got to deal with Bob Gage. Gage takes a big run down to the bottom. Can't get it done this time. The bottom really not necessarily the fastest way around here. You really got to be brave to tuck down that low.
In that case, Lemberg is Mr. Bravery, because he's being very low.
Got to change his nickname here. You can see from second on back, it's just a tooth and nail fight all the way down the field here. You can see Rossini's running more the middle line as the two in front of him are running the top. Whoa, Denton got a little bit close to the wall there.
I think the 99's caught in two minds. And to follow the line of Denton ahead of him, or to try and cover Lemberg, who's trying to cut underneath.
He's actually laying down some pretty solid times there as Denton takes a monster run to the bottom. As you can see, the outside has a lot more momentum here at Irwindale, but Denton not quite done yet. He's going to try again here in turns 3 and 4. It's a little bit easier to make a car stick on the bottom in 3 and 4 than it is in 1 and 2 on this track. Boy, he is just holding it down there.
That's a lot harder on the tyres though. A lot of the drivers find down on the bottom, yeah, to fight that banking. Come later in the race, if Denton's run too many laps like that, he may suffer.
Yeah, he's definitely got to let his tires cool off now and kind of play conservative for a few laps here before he takes another run like that. You can see Rossini running right below those white dotted lines. That's a pretty good line. It's not too hard on your tires. You're still mostly up there on the banking. There's 3 separate spots of banking here. You can kind of see the transition right at that dotted line, but he is really fast right now. He's running up on these guys, as a matter of fact. So we may see him become a factor here very, very shortly in this event. It'll be 20 laps to go here. See Wilson just way up there, almost against the wall, kind of in her own zip code. And Guzman now running that line as well, as here comes Mr. Bravery, number 71. That's Lemberg all the way down to the bottom. Definitely some good racing going on here at Irwindale Speedway so far. Wilson, your leader, and then Guzman and the 44 Denton right there nose to tail, and then the 99 and 71 also nose to tail. A couple of 2-car battles. We saw this last week on the inner oval as well. So we got Bob Gage and the 53. That's Joey Williamson going at it, headed into turn number 3. Williamson slowing down early, which can really help you on that inside there. Bob Gage running really hard up at the top, and it looks like Gage is going to hold on to that spot for now, but definitely don't count that 53 or Williamson out. And it's a battle for 6th.
I think this track ought to be renamed Wilsondale because this seems to be her track, inner and outer. As we saw last week, she dominated most of that race. Not having quite such an easy time of it today, but she's definitely way out there.
Wow, Denton just all up against the wall there, all but hit it in turns 1 and 2. Really trying to use that outside line to his advantage there to run up on the number 88. Great view out the back here of that number 98. You can see there goes the 71 of Lemberg again, and that really shows you how many lines you can run here. You got Rossini in the middle, Lemberg on the bottom, and you got the 88 and the 44 up at the top. So very liney track, very competitive racetrack.
We touched on it earlier, how much it can hurt your tyres to be dropping down low too long. And but Lemberg's been doing that most of the race so far. So he could really be suffering later on. Either that or he's just doing a really good job of holding them together.
I talked to him during practice, as a matter of fact. He said he really just can't run the top.
He's making it work at the moment because he's still right on Rossini's tail.
He's really making a bid for the 4th position. He's going to tuck down low again here, probably heading into turn 3. He's kind of riding behind Rossini at the moment. Rossini doing a great job holding on to that spot at the moment.
This is a familiar 3-car battle.
Yeah, it's been a season of this, 98, 88, 44. Usually in the inverted order that they are in now is the 99. Rossini's still trying to run those guys down there. He's made a little bit of headway, as you can see on the 71, and I think what you're talking about with those tires is really starting to come into play here. I don't think the 71 can tuck down like he was anymore. Right as I say that, he does. Coming up on 10 laps to go here. Denton's still trying to find a way around that 88. Those two very evenly matched in speed. It's really going to come down to who makes a mistake. Whoa, that time Guzman gets way loose there in the center. Wilson looks like she brushed the wall, actually, coming off of turn number 2. So things heating up here as we come on at 10 laps to go at the stripe.
This could be the point where the tyres start to drop off and the drivers begin to struggle with them.
I mean, we've had 25 laps of hard racing here, especially for Lemberg, tucking down to the bottom. As it appears that Williamson's made the pass on Bob Gage. Gage is going to try and get back up there and see if he can make a bid for that spot once again. I'm watching Denton here. It looks to me like he's faster than the 88. Just can't find a spot around. A little smoke out of the back of the 88 there that time in the center. Looks like he got loose. And it looks like the 98's slowing down too after that brush with the wall. You can see the right rear corner of her car already held together by, looks like duct tape there, so... Looks like she took a hit already once there. We're going to have to see if that plays into her handling at all. You see the suspensions working coming off the corners. You see the bouncing they're doing. Whoa. Let me just cut myself off here. Look at this.
It's taking the Lemberg route.
Uh-oh, here we go.
Oh, contact.
Big save, and around goes the 88. Guzman, he was in second. He's going to hold on to it, but that is the caution a lot of these drivers have been waiting for.
I'll be interested to see the replay of that because it looked like the initial contact was minimal. So
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what sent Guzman into that spin.
Boy, it looked like they both had it saved there for a moment. Just kind of door to door, hard racing. That was a power move out of the 44 there. He really just dove it in there. And you got to make those moves when you're the points leader. You can't just sit by idly, especially if the guy second in points is ahead of you. So he made a big power move there, but we're going to have to see the replay, see who got into who, what happened there.
If you feel like you've got the pace over the car in front and you just can't find the way to get by, then you've got to change it up, and that's what Denton's done.
Yeah, it's... Alright, here's the replay here. 44 deep down to the inside. Guzman running his line here. Guzman's a bit lower than he has been as the 44 comes up the track. Guzman kind of trying to hold it down there. It looks like one came up and the other came down. They're running their line. They're doing what they have to do here as this race winds down. The points battle really close between these two. You got to make that move here as we watch super ultra slow-mo. Yeah.
So Denton's tail got out just a tad.
Yeah, the back end stepped out on them, and it looked like the 88 was loose as well. So when he tried to gather the car up, when the 88 tried to gather the car up, he ended up coming down the track. The 44 tried to gather it up, had to chase it up the hill. There's really nowhere to go in a situation like that. It almost looked like they were both going to save it.
I thought that second contact was going to straighten them out.
Yeah, it did.
Like they're both going to save, but tough break for Guzman.
Yeah. Looks like race control is allowing the 44 to keep his spot, so he will be starting on the outside. 98 Wilson, who's led every lap so far, is going to be starting on the inside here. Then Nishi Rossini sitting up there in that third spot. Mr. Excitement in fourth. This should be a pretty exciting finish. Let's see, back from there, Williamson all the way back up to 5th, Bob Gage in 6th, and Guzman restarting at the rear. I think he put some tires on that car after that spin, so this is going to be interesting. Now, it's not going to be a green-white checker. As far as I know, it is going to be a green checker. So when the green flag comes out, the flagmen will be dual-wielding. You'll have a white flag in one hand and a green flag in the other. This should be suitably insane. Denton's got to make another one of those power moves. This could be for the championship here, for that number 44, if he gets a good start here. If he wins this race and Guzman can't get up there, then...
Guzman's got a dash for as many positions as he can get.
Yeah,
even
he
if
really
it's just one, he needs all the points he can steal.
He hangs back. Wilson right down on the white line. Green flag out. Here we go, down to turn 1. Rossini making a bid as well. He looks low. Oh, he gets tagged. Oh,
53.99.
wow. Rossini shoots straight up the track. Denton's on the wall. Wilson's almost into his side. Here we go. Turn number 3. Rossini down underneath the white line. They're 3 wide. He can't hold it. Denton on the outside. This is for the checkers, and it looks like he's going to pull away at the stripe with the win. Wow.
That was a mad dash. When I saw the contact into turn 1, I thought there was going to be a big mess.
I don't know how Rossini saved that car and then was able to dive down under the white going into 3 after getting hit like that. That was amazing. Denton also just running the outside as hard as he could. He got in there. There's a pretty nasty wreck after the checkers, too. Just complete wildness. Here's the green flag coming out. You can see Denton coming up through the gearbox. He gets a great start. Look at Guzman kind of sneaking up there on the inside. There's the contact. Look at Rossini here. Wow. Now watch him here going into 3. Oh, I didn't show it that time. Here's the finish. Check this out. Denton gets the whole shot on the outside. Wilson trying to go up there, trying to get anything she can coming off the corner. Just didn't quite have enough throttle there. And Denton smacks the wall and comes home with the checkers there. You can see the right side of that car pancaked. Complete pandemonium there. Look at Guzman back there, still trying to get what he can as he tucks down to the inside there. That was quite an interesting race there, especially at the end.
Yeah, Guzman didn't manage to get any positions off of that restart.
Oh, look at this. I don't think those were congratulatory bumps. That may have been retaliation. So as the post-race demo derby begins here, we're going to have ourselves quite a race next week. Lanier, second to last race of the season, which I thought was this one because I'm retarded. That is going to be pretty interesting. We've already visited Lanier once, so a lot of these drivers know the track. They're very familiar with it. Should be a very competitive race at Lanier. I do believe there's also going to be some driver substitutions in that one, which we'll touch on next week with that broadcast. But if this race was any indicator, we'll definitely be coming back to Irwindale Speedway in season number 2. And Lanier should be a very exciting one next week as well. So, final finishing order on that one. Michael Denton finishing over Layla Wilson, looking at the interval, 0.214 seconds there at the stripe. He led 1 lap, and that was the important one. Fastest lap was out of Wilson. That was a 24.90 on lap number 2. Looks like everybody finished on the lead lap, so it's Denton, Wilson, Rossini with a good third-place finish. Mr. Excitement Limburg up there in 4th. Joey Williamson comes home 5th. Bob Gage comes home 6th. And Anthony Guzman, after that wreck, comes home 7th. So we're going to have to see how that one comes out. We'll see you next week at Lanier.